Darlene. All right, so we're gonna do the first recipe with Sunbasket. This is how their card and instructions are. I don't like it as much as the big cards. I'm kind of used to the big cards. But you know, we're gonna go with what we have. So today we are making the Harissa Rub Chicken with artichoke, tapenade, and seared romaine. This is what it looks like here. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I've done is just wash the produce, and the only produce in here is the romaine lettuce. Okay, so we're gonna do a little prep work always, right? So we have some, and this is interesting. Uh-oh. I can open these jars. Oh, okay. I was a little worried there. Okay, this one's easier. Okay, so we have Kalamata olives and we have artichokes hearts. This pan, I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm just gonna heat it up. That's where we're gonna put the chicken, so I'm gonna put it on medium high. I've put the chicken over there and I've given it a rinse. And then Kalamata olives, I'm so tempted to eat an olive. I love olive. Okay. A little bit more pepper, and then just a couple teaspoons of olive oil. Okay, so we're going to set that off to the side. We have the pan heated. I'm going to take the chicken breast and just add some salt and some pepper, and we're going to sear the side. I'm going to salt and pepper the other side. Ahead and prepare the romaine, so I'm just going to chop the end off. Grill pan, if you don't have a grill pan, you can use another skillet, or if you have a big enough skillet, you can use the skillet after the chicken. And I just added a little oil, and then I just take a little brush and we're going to cut the romaine in half, and then we're just going to go ahead and put the romaine cut side down. Now we're going to make the basil vinaigrette. So we have the pesto, so good, you guys. I love pesto so much. Use this little spoon here. So we're going to take the pesto. We're going to take the vinegar. I'm just going to add half for right now. This is a champagne vinaigrette. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to add 1 to 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Okay, and I'm going to pour the rest of the vinegar. I love vinegar. And so the sauce is done. We have the vinaigrette and we have the tapenade. I messed up. I didn't read the recipe all the way. I was supposed to sprinkle the Harissa Rub on the chicken, so I'm going to do that now. I knew I was missing something. I'm going to save a little for when I flip it over. And flip this. Gorgeous. And we'll season the other side with the Harissa Rub. Okay, so now we're just going to cook the chicken until it's completely cooked through. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip over. Okay, y'all, so I have the chicken done, and I am just going to slice it up. So we'll put the romaine here to the side. And then we have the chicken. So we're gonna add some of the tapenade to the chicken. So again, I'm gonna use half so that you guys can see what, you know, a true portion size would be. And we're gonna dress the salad. This is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it looks like. So just finished the Harissa Rub Chicken with artichoke, tapenade, and the romaine lettuce. This wasn't my favorite. It was kind of a mix of, like, the harissa was, you know, really spicy, the tapenade was salty, and then you have a basil vinaigrette. So I just felt like it didn't go together. But the chicken was tender. The romaine was good, but it was just eh. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that one. All right, I will see you tomorrow with the next one. All right, we're gonna do the second meal for Sunbasket. This is the seared steaks with Brussels sprouts and chipotle mustard vinaigrette. Here it is here. I have Brussels sprouts, green onions, cabbage, and radishes, and then there's some garlic right here. And then we have the steaks, which I have patted dry and salt and peppered. Here I have a grill pan. If you don't have a grill pan, you can certainly use a frying pan. And I have 2 tablespoons of oil on there and just waiting till that heats up. After the Brussels sprouts, cut the end off. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut the ends of the radishes, cut them in half, and then cut them in half again. So we're just going to quarter them. And then with the green onions, I'm going to do these all at one time. Steaks on. And we've got a little bit of a sizzle with salt and pepper. So this pan is hot. I'm going to go ahead and add the Brussels sprouts in and the radishes. Salt. Alright, just going to flip the steaks over. I have one of these micro graters, and I'm just going to grate the garlic. You can use a regular grater. You have all that beautiful minced garlic. Let's see if you can pick it up. I'm going to go ahead and take the steaks off, and I'm just going to let it rest on the cutting board. You want to let them rest for a good 5 to 7 minutes. And add in the cabbage, and add that garlic in. You make the steak the way that you like it prepared. For us, we like it, you know, medium rare, medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the steak on. Veggies. And again, I'm gonna do half so that you can see. There. And then we're gonna take the chipotle mustard vinaigrette. It has the word chipotle in it. So it does say to pour it over your steak. So I'm just gonna use a very small amount. And then those green onions, the green part, just sprinkle over as well. This is what it looks like. And this is what we have. So pretty close. All right, I will let you know what I think. Guys, so I just finished the seared steak with Brussels sprouts and chipotle mustard vinaigrette. Let me just say, first of all, you can pick your cut of steak. It originally came with a sirloin, I think, and a top sirloin. You could upgrade to either a New York strip or a filet mignon. So I upgraded to a New York strip. I should have upgraded to a filet mignon. I love filet, it's my favorite cut, but I was trying to be reasonable. But anyways, okay, portion size, it's okay. I mean, it's not the worst and it's not the best as far as portion size. The thing that I'm getting with some basket, this is the second dish, there's not a lot of spices and vinaigrettes and things like that that build flavor. Okay, I'm a builder of flavor when I cook. Like, I season as I go each portion, and that's what some of the other baskets definitely did. The steak was kind of tough. The veggies were the best part. And it's really funny because radishes have been in several baskets and I've never eat radishes, but they're very good cooked. And even I think one dish had them raw maybe. And it wasn't my least favorite dish, certainly, but it wasn't my favorite. But would I make the vegetables again on my own? Yes. I would just get a different cut of meat. Kind of what it comes down to. All right, I will see you for the next one. Hey guys, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the last recipe for some basket. This is the spiced pork chops with braised apple, cabbage, and cranberry. I've washed all the veggies like always. So you have a choice of peeling the apple or not. I'm not going to, that's not gonna bother me. So you just wanna cut it into, you're basically coring it, and so I'm kind of cheat and just core it like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and chop it up into bites. the pork, patted it dry. I'm gonna go ahead and add the warming spice blend. So I'm just gonna add that on one side and then we'll add a little on the other. I'm also gonna add salt. It doesn't say to do that, but pork is literally the most bland thing ever. You can go at an angle like that and it'll get rid of the core. And then we are going to go ahead and thinly slice the cabbage. And put the seasoned side down and take that warming spice and put it on the other side. Two to 3 minutes per side, and then we're going to transfer it to a plate. I'm just flipping that over. You can see it's got a nice sear on it. Okay, so the pork, it's not completely cooked. We don't need it to be because we're going to finish cooking it, but we're going to remove it from the pan. It's nice and brown, so we're just going to set it aside. We're going to add the rest of my olive oil, and then we're going to go ahead and put in the onion until it's nice and soft. We're going to go ahead and add the apple in. Apple is definitely not low carb. And we're gonna salt and pepper. Okay, this is where we're gonna go ahead and add the cabbage in. Oh, I love cranberries. And the vegetable broth. Now I will say, and if you don't know, I do put in the description box what the net carbs are and then what, if anything, you could do to make it even a lower carb dish. This one has, I think, 2 carbs. Yeah, because there's dietary. 2 carbs for this one little thing. They actually have chicken broth that has 0 carbs. I think it's by Swanson. I can't remember, but I'll put it in the description box for you. The pork back in. I'm gonna make a little room here. And if there's any juices from the pork, that's why I used a bowl. Pour those in as well. So what I'm gonna do is now turn it down to a simmer. And we're gonna cook it about 3 minutes until the pork is totally cooked and the sauce is thickened. Okay, so I just wanna show you how the sauce has truly thickened. You can see that it's a nice consistency. Lay a nice bed of cabbage and apples evenly. Just sprinkle with a little bit of the parsley as a garnish. The pork dish looks like, and here it is here. This is a very pretty dish, so I will let you know what I think. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so I just finished the spiced pork chops with the braised apple, cabbage, and cranberries. Again, I'm gonna preface this through the whole video. It has to do with flavors. Really, they literally will give you maybe 1 spice when some of the other baskets were giving you several spices, and so that you could layer as you go and layer each portion of the dish. So for me, there's just not a lot of flavor. The best part of it was, once again, the vegetables. Of course, it has cranberries and apples in it, which is not low carb. So we'd have to make some adjustments there, and I will make them in the description box for. The pork was okay. It was kind of not super tender, once again, and not a lot of flavor because they don't give you a lot of flavor. And I'm just going by the recipe, and I even add a little extra salt and pepper to get a little. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. But next Friday, I'm gonna give you my opinion on the 4 baskets that I did try. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 baskets that I have tried, and let you know what I thought about each one. So if you guys enjoyed this video and videos like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next week, and I will let you know my final thoughts. Bye, guys.